I find today's topic is very, very relevant. If you look at the stage a lot of companies in India are, uh, customer acquisitions have been done. A lot of companies are acquiring customers. A lot of companies have already acquired customers. But for most of them, it's a very relevant problem that how are you going to grow each one of those customers, right? How are you going to retain them? How are you going to provide a lot more value to them incrementally and increase the overall value as a business is able to make from every customer? From that perspective, today's discussion on retention and how do you leverage technology and marketing together to make it happen is very, very relevant for a lot of businesses in India. Yeah, so there are multiple big leaps, right? Because big businesses cannot be formed just with one big leaps. It's a cumulative function of many big and small interventions. But if you look at overall larger themes behind this, some of them are going to be core consumer insights in growing and providing customer value, right? If I take early stages, providing cash on delivery was a big difference that Flipkart brought into market. Then it became enabling affluence by bringing together multiple partners, right? So the payment offers, how do you bring in innovative ways like exchanges to provide affluence, all those. So there has been a multiple set of innovations in the market Flipkart has actually brought in. But from a marketing standpoint, how do you identify what is a core value that is connecting with customer at every customer level? And how do you personalize the journeys around that? Personalization of the journey means both messaging and communications that you do with the customer, as well as how do you give them the right experience that is most relevant to the customer, right? The core value proposition and experience personalization. So these are some core bets that has worked well for Flipkart. A lot of interventions and strategies will have both upsides and challenges, right? For example, one of the key strengths for us is the factor that we are a horizontal platform and we are able to provide multiple value propositions to the customer. The customer can buy a mobile, he can actually buy fashion, he can buy grocery, general merchandise. The number of categories and therefore opportunities with which we can serve the customer is actually very, very high. So that in itself will actually act as a core reason for customers to engage multiple times and therefore be retained with us. That's one key aspect. And within that perspective, how do you grow each one of those customers and make them navigate across these categories is an ongoing journey that we actually do, right? So those are things that we continuously work on and improve. And similarly, on the other side, how do you bring in consumer insights, marketing technologies, personalizations? All of these are a continuous journey is how we see it. So these are all things that have actually worked well for us and some of the things that we continue to innovate upon as well. I think one thing which was very relevant to actually see is that the importance of core value prop and messages, right? So these are basics. It's very encouraging to see that the awareness and focus on that is actually pretty high across the industry, right? So that's something that we value as well, and it's encouraging to see that across. Second, we also saw that the aspects that we leverage, like personalization, etc., is being focused generally across the industry as well. So from those perspectives, it was interesting to see how across the industry things were working. And second most important aspect is that whatever said and done, all these need to be done in the context of each and every business, and how do you apply each of these tools have to vary by every business, right? I think it is important to re-emphasize that message for everyone, and we also take away the same value out of it. It is my pleasure talking to you. It was a very encouraging session. Good that this kind of sessions are actually organized to bring in awareness and bring in cross learnings across the industry on retention and how marketing tech can make a difference.